Hey everybody, how's it going again? We're back! Alright, so, doing a little back-to-back video here. I might as well leave my background the same, right? It kind of helps with the focusing with the camera, I think, compared to my Shemag here. It's kind of my computer desk. You really don't want to be looking at that all the time. So, I thought I'd just, do a little back-to-back video. And the last one kind of just had all my stuff on the table, and I was like, do you know what? I'll just do one of these guys real quick. And it's actually, unless things have changed, I have yet to see a video on this. Scratch that. I have seen a video about it, but I have not seen a simple one of how to install it. And that is the Cain Arms magazine extension for the Glock. Specifically the Glock 9 and 40, as it says on the bottom. And it might look all weird to you, all squiggly and whatnot, and that is because if you look closely, the lines are all the way around. That's because it's 3D printed. How cool is that? It's not metal, it's not a cheap plastic, it's a very good polymer, 3D printed. And these run for, I believe, $19 to $20 on his website. And I believe there's only Glock and some other magazine, like for an M4. I believe they also just came out with a PMAG extension. You know how Glock has the Magpul Glocks? Oh my goodness, I can't talk. Magpul has Glock magazines now, or at least they've been out for a little while. And apparently you can replace this piece with this guy. And I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that. I got this before I found that out. But I'm going to do something a little bit different today, because I'm sure you guys can easily find with Spec Op 4, some Texas guy, and I'm sure there's a few other people that have done videos about what this is. I'm going to do my best not to do a copy video of what this is, because I've told you and you've seen it. It is a magazine extension that is 3D printed from Cain Arms. I won't lie, I really do like this design in here. I might do a color fill on that, maybe. I just really like that. Anywho, I'm going to do one of how to install it. It's very simple. If you own a Glock or any other kind of handgun that you've done modifications to, or you're just getting into it and sorry, I'm messing up. You've seen these online and you're like, man, I might want to get one of these. And you're new to it. I mean, I was new to it, and I kind of wish I saw a video that said, man, how do you put these on? Because not all mag extensions are the same. And well, let's hop right into that. And while I'm getting my pieces together, I'll go over kind of just some recaps of what other people have said, that it is cheaper than some other mag extensions such as Hive and other companies. Now, quality-wise, I have not beat this up. I mean, I don't baby my stuff, but I also don't, throw it at the ground and try to break it. So it's still in one piece. Alright, here's your Glock, standard Glock 26 magazine. And I've already taken the bottom plate off, because to me that is a pain in the butt to take off. I can't just pinch it for some reason. I just can't do it. I have to take tools and clamp it and fidget with it, and I'm not going to do that on camera. So that's already taken care of. You know how to take this off. Okay, if you don't know how, there's multiple videos of how to take that off. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. As you can see, I kind of, it's not roughed up, but just scratched, I guess. But it's recommended that you get a extended spring. This is the Glock 26 spring. I've been told that a Glock 19 magazine spring will work, but I've also read, I don't know if this is true or not, someone told me that a Glock 26 and a Glock 19 share the same spring. I don't believe that. I mean, I don't have a Glock 19, so I don't have one to take apart and compare, but to me that just seems odd. But I mean, you can see the length and that, and you know, that's going to give you your tension for the rounds. So I don't know, they might, I could be very wrong about that. I'm not saying I believe it, and just, that's what I've heard, so don't judge. But anyways, let's get to this. We're going to take our spring, put it in, make sure everything's all nice and fitted. This is going to be the fun part. Take your plate and make sure that, okay, since I can see that this piece is the one that's all chewed up from me trying to take it off, we're going to drop the curved side towards the front, just like so. Maybe so dark. There we go. You can see the numbers there. Alright, got that right there. And you can see the little notches on the sides there. They're going to interlock with these guys. Now I've seen recommendations that people will like shave these off and whatnot, and just so you can slide the plates on and off. I'm not going to do that. If you want to, that's up to you. So let's make sure we're oriented correctly. Get this guy in there. Okay, this is how I did it once before, but I don't want to ruin my spring doing it that way, so I'm going to do it the complicated way. Make sure that's in there. Line up your rails. And you hear that click? That is the spring being fully extended there. So, and then you can see that the little wings have interlocked where they need to. You can see the notches there, right there. And then you get this little set screw, because there's no like little pin for you to just push through and unlock it. So you get this little set screw that prevents the magazine from coming off, or at least all the way. And it's a hex wrench, I believe, that you need to tighten that all the way. I can't get my camera to focus. My lighting's terrible too. But yes, it's a hex wrench. But I'm just gonna screw this in by finger, by hand. And voila, it's gonna look just like that. So this was a stock Glock 26 magazine with the Cain Arms magazine extension. Now let's put it on the Glock. And that's what it looks like. Full purchase on it, plus some. You got a little extra there, but this isn't necessarily meant for concealed carrying. This is range fun. I mean, if you want to concealed carry this, by all means. It's probably not going to be much bigger than a Glock 19 or maybe a Glock 17. I have to say, I don't know. It might be right in between Glock 19 and Glock 17. That's my opinion right there. Maybe in winter you could conceal carry that extra bit. But to compare, gotta stop hitting my camera. Here's a stock Glock 26 mag that is flush. Got all that right there. I can get a little bit. Yes, there are rounds in this. No, I am not going to rock the slide while this is in there. Just showing you comparison reasons. This is the PMAG 12 GL9 Magpul magazine from Magpul. It's 12 rounds instead of 10, so 10 and 12. and that gives you just a slightly. All right, guys. Sorry, my apparently my memory card ran out, or not ran out. I ran out of time. My bad. Anyways, you get this slight extension here, plus 12 rounds instead of 10. And it's just that little bit of extra. Now, I've seen some people say that, oh, well, if you're going to get something like this, why don't you just get a Glock 19? Well, I can tell you right now that Glock 19 has a longer barrel. And when you're sitting like this, appendix carry, primarily appendix carry, at least that's how I carry. So when you're carrying like this, that extra barrel length does make a difference. Unless you want to change the ride height in your holster, then that might change some things, but you do get that extra barrel, and that could cause issues. Also, Glock 19s are flat on the bottom as this is slanted. So on a Glock 19, this end would be more squared off down to like here, and this is what's going to print first, is this corner, not this, when you're carrying appendix, because this is what sticks up. So I don't have that issue. I have been carrying this, and I've had no issues with it over the stock one. There is a little bit of a gap right here, if I can get that to focus. Kind of like you get with the, where is it? With these guys right here. The pinky extension with the no extra rounds, but just a standard pinky extension from Pierce. That did pinch my fingers when I shot it at the range. It did pinch. I'm yet to experience any pinching with this. Even though it looks like it gets you, I'm yet to experience it. So there's that. So here's 10, 12, and then I believe this gives you 15, 14, because it's a 10 round mag, and I believe it said 4 to 5 rounds for 9. I believe that's what it said. So you get 14, 15 rounds with that. And I don't have a Glock 19 magazine to compare, so I'm sorry about that. And yeah, that's the difference right there. Cain Arms. Got standard Glock, Magpul, and stock mag with Cain Arms extension. Simple as that, guys. Now these guys are constantly updating things from what I've seen. Like I said, shortly after I received this one, they had one that looked like an extension for the Magpul one. So they're constantly changing things. They do have multiple colors, and I absolutely love that because I like changing things up, and especially for like range time, I think that'd be awesome to have a whole bunch of spare mags and then put a different color of one of these on each and every single one. I mean, I don't care if it's pink. To me, that just, it makes it different. Like, oh, I've got my different colors lined up here. And then you can also choose, I don't want to say choose, you can get your custom color made for you, but it's a little bit more. I believe these are like 19 to 20 bucks, and a custom color one is like $24, $25. I don't have the site information up in front of me, I'm sorry, but I believe that's what it is. I'm remembering off the top of my head here. But yeah, that's that, and I hope me installing this for you made it super easy, or made it look super easy, because it is. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, I don't want to complain too much about that. I like the idea of it. It's just, I hope that doesn't come out with shooting. You know what I mean? Like over time, it just loosens and falls out. So I guess, yeah, if you don't want to make it too tight, because you could strip it, or at least the plastic inside. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.